Hey folks, this is Jason from Southern Utah Hunt and Fish. Hey, I know it's been a while since we've been really active on the website, the blog, the Facebook page. Hoping to get that going again here, and just do want to let people know I've had a lot of questions about where we've been, what's going on. We actually moved about a year ago to northeast Utah, a town called Duchesne, Utah. And it's just been a really busy time in our lives, rebuilding a new home, getting the kids settled in, and really their sports have consumed our lives to a bit as well. But it's been important for us to take some family time and make these new adjustments and get settled in here. But you know, we are learning the country here. We're still making trips back to southern Utah, of course, and staying in touch with a lot of folks down there. And we're getting some good material gathered to push forward and share with you here, and we do have plans to keep making this something a little bigger than it is now down the road. We just kind of have to take those pauses for life now and then. Anyway, I was approached here a couple months ago about reviewing a couple of products for National Trails Day. We'll talk a little more about National Trails Day in a minute and what that is, but just kind of a backstory on this deal. Fire season pretty much sprung up on me right when this was proposed to us, and I hit the road for a few weeks off and on. We did get out and tinker with these products a little bit before. Just really felt rushed, you know. I knew what was coming down the pipe with work. It's just typical, so it really wasn't the best product for sharing with you, so I'm glad things worked out like they did. Folks that pitched these products to us were pretty patient, and I was able to get back from a fire assignment and actually take off over the 4th of July out to Nevada, where we had a really good opportunity to put some of these things to the test out there. So the first one I want to share with you tonight is the LG 360 camera. Now I've had no experience whatsoever with 360 cameras, and in fact my photography, video skills, as you can probably tell, a little bit basic. It's something I want to learn more on and get better with for sure. But yeah, you know, I've seen Facebook, you know, things pop up on here every now and then. People posting 360 pictures to social media. It's actually very new. So I was kind of stoked to get my hands on something like this and try it out. So let's start off by talking about this camera. You can see it's easily, you know, palm-sized camera. Nothing too fancy to it. All we've got here is a case, a couple of buttons you push there on the side, and inside sits the camera itself. So it's pretty well protected. The cool thing about this case is it also doubles as a handle for you. A little extension there. Then you can see you've got two wide-angle lenses on this camera, and it'll complete your 360 photo. This camera is also capable of your traditional 180 photos. Mainly just a punch of the button here on the side will flip that from 180 to 360. We're set at 360 right now. So the key with this is you've got to be able to link it to your phone, and you know, the newer iPhones, it's no problem. Of course, it's an LG product. It's made more for the LG smartphones, but we are able to download this 360 app there, if you probably see that. And you know, the first step with this is, well, number one, you got to make sure your Bluetooth. This is kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting this, but your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi have to be on. Now that concerned me when I first heard that. Like, anywhere I want to use this, I'm not going to have Wi-Fi capability. But don't worry about that. It's basically, it's kind of its own Wi-Fi it generates. You do have to have both on your phone, and we can go into the 360 Cam Manager. I've got the LG R105 device there. It's going to tell me to go back into my Bluetooth settings. The one downside I've seen to this is it can take just a minute to connect, and it seems like we've had some trouble with it when we disconnect and we want to, you know, power it down, go down the road, hook it back up. It'll take a little bit for it to come back up, just a couple minutes. Sometimes I have to shuffle, you know, turn my Wi-Fi off, turn it back on. Anyway, we're linked now. You just see it shows up there as a I don't know if you can see that on the camera, shows up as a Wi-Fi network. So cool thing with this is now we can go into the 360 app, click on the camera, and let me just zoom in here, give you a better product. Okay, so now if you can see that, turn this camera and we're getting that live feed on the phone. Okay, so what I like about this, you know, there is a tripod mount on the bottom. I tinkered with this out in Nevada over the weekend, set it on the tripod. I could walk away pretty good distance and I could snap the pictures with my phone. There is a video setting also, and I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't mess around with the video setting a whole lot, mainly because I didn't understand it. I didn't do a whole lot of research into this before I took it out. In fact, the instruction book that comes with it's kind of basic. So as well on my phone, oh, look at there, I was recording a video, didn't mean to do that. I can change on my phone if I walk away from the camera and I want to change it from 180 to 360, I can do that right here from my phone too. You can basically, anything you can control on the camera, you can control on the phone. Power and the whole 9 yards there. So one other thing you need to consider when you get this is limited memory. It actually has a slot for a SD card here on the bottom. And you're going to need that before it's the mini SD. You're going to need that before you go out. You know, those are getting pretty cheap anymore. I don't think that's anything you need to worry about there. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty compact. You know, we did notice some of the pictures are a little grainy. We'll show you some of those here in just a minute. This is fairly new technology. I think it's got a long ways to go. You know, it's just going to improve. But hey, for what it is, you know, we had an awesome time with this. The kids had an awesome time with it. The family. What I like is all those pictures and videos you're taking. Pull the gallery right up on your phone. Now, if you power the unit off, you're going to lose that within the app. This is something I struggled with as well. I got back home. I got to the computer. Wanted to upload some 360 video on the old SU Hunt and Fish Facebook page, and I had a horrible time trying to figure out how to get 360 photos to post on the computer. Every time I take them off my phone or take them out of the 360 app, they would go to a 180, kind of a semi-panoramic picture, just didn't really look good. And I actually did a lot of reading online. I found a lot of people were talking about the compatibility problems with different programs and making it work. I tried a lot of things, it just wouldn't work. Then I just honestly, kind of by accident, I got in my photos on my phone one night, and I happened to scroll down to the bottom of my photo list for some reason, just like I said, just kind of randomly, and I find a 360 Cam Manager folder and a 360 photos folder, and pretty easy. I go into those folders, I clicked on that 360 photo, and I can upload it right to Facebook from there. And you know, great product once it gets onto Facebook or whatever. So here's an example video I took, one of the ones we took out in Nevada. So you can see, you know, you can pull these 360 videos up on your phone screen, pan through them. Another cool thing is it's kind of like just like you're there. You know, you can actually pan the phone. Oop, it locked up on me there. Anyway, I've got it in the wrong format there, but in the when you pull these up, for example, let's go look at Facebook real quick. And I've got the same one here on the computer, but a cool function with social media. If I go into our Southern Utah Hunt and Fish page on my phone, I've got the 360 video there. Now you can see, this is what I was trying to show you, you can kind of first person it. You know, as I turn the screen, the 360 video moves. So you can basically just stand in one spot and spin around and see everything I was seeing when I snapped this picture out there. Now again, these do video as well. I didn't really understand what I was getting into there, but hindsight, looking online, you know, it's pretty spectacular what you can do with these things. You know, I wish I would have got some pictures of the four-wheelers on some of the trails we were on and whatnot, but it's kind of different when you see it on a screen. I mean, you got that 360 view kind of laid out open, so you know you see something or someone go by you, and it's just kind of hard to explain. You'll see it come on one side of the screen and then follow through on the other. Anyway, seeing everything that's going on around you. So they're pretty cool little devices. I definitely want to get out and mess around with it more. For now, I want to just kind of show you here online some things with the 360 camera. So here we are on the Southern Utah Hunt and Fish Facebook page, and you can see this is a 360 photo from the LG camera that I posted up the day we returned from the trip, once I got everything figured out. So we're going to open that up. You can see we've got this little hand here where we can grab the photo. You see pretty good clarity in these pictures. You will notice when I pan over here, and again, you know, it's complete 360. I mean, I can look down, kind of, there's the camera in my hand there, and that is kind of one of the weird things. I mean, you set it on a tripod, anything, you're going to have that in the picture, which a lot of people don't like. But you know, I think if you focus more on what you meant to take the picture on, they're pretty awesome. So right in here, you can see there's a little distortion, just kind of where those camera lenses overlap there. But I mean, it's pretty dang cool for me anyway, what these will do. Got a few different pictures. I'll post a few of them here to the video, to the blog post. This is one of the more spectacular places we were over the weekend, and this one again I just did right in my hand, pushing the button from the camera. But again, you know, I can set it remotely. I'll show you some pictures from setting it remotely and doing it with my phone as well. So now let's talk a little bit about the cam itself. So looking on LG's website, you're looking at a suggested price of around $200, so I'm guessing you could probably find it a little cheaper than that. These are 13 megapixel wide angle cameras. You do have the video recording, like I've mentioned. It does capture sound in those videos as well. With your Androids, you're looking at a 5.0 operating system. With your iPhones, your iOS, it needs to be an 8 or later. Anyway, there's good information on the LG side. I'll post this link online. Good ideas of kind of what it does, different applications that it's compatible with. I use this Google Street View. I downloaded this app to my phone, and it actually stores the videos in there as well. I can bring, or the photos in there, I can bring them up in there. Again, YouTube, I'm not going to have anything there right now. I didn't really do anything with video. I'm hoping to get out here soon and maybe mess around with that and see if we could get some YouTube video with the 360 cam on there. So again, folks, the LG 360 camera, again, we're really impressed with it this weekend. Got some good feedback, comments from what we posted online, some people really wanting to know more about it and try to get a hold of it themselves. And one of the things I will say from the comments we saw online is don't think that when you see the name LG that it means you have to have an LG phone. Again, you know, I've got the iPhone SE, had no trouble getting the app, getting everything to link up, getting everything to work. So it's not dependent on an LG system. Again, you know, very new product. I think we're going to see a lot of cool things out of these 360 cams in the future. $200. You know, as far as applications out there, hunting and you know whatnot, I don't view this as a tool. I just view this as something that's a lot of fun. Again, you know, my kids loved it. It's something I could put in their hands and have them take some pictures, and they had fun with it. The families had fun getting back from the trip and looking at their 360 photos and kind of reliving some of those views. So just a fun toy. Again, you can find it under $200. Verizon stores I know can hook you up, and you can find it online on LG's website. So that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in, and again, we're looking forward to getting things rolling here again on the blog, and we will be sharing some of our journey out to Nevada here in the near future. Got to take some time to compile that video. We're also going to review a Fitbit that was sent out to my wife and see what she thinks about that. And yeah, we're looking forward to a good summer here and a good hunting season coming up. And as always, feel free to send us in your material. We'd love to share it here with our viewers. Thanks.